Silence in the Galactic Council chamber was an alien concept, until now. 500 species, thousands of delegates, all stared, frozen, at the hologram rotating above the central dais. It showed a single human vessel, a ship they called a dreadnought. Its sheer size was obscene, layered with armor plates and weapon arrays, stacked like the teeth of a predator born only for war. The silence shattered. 500,000, screeched Counselor Zelron. That's impossible. The combined fleets of this entire council barely reached 12,000 capital ships. No, the archivist AI cut in, its voice cold and precise. The term dreadnought is a human classification. It refers to a vessel over 3 kilometers long, capable of independent planetary assault, and designed to fight entire fleets alone. The counselors stared. Then came the fury. You hid this from us, roared Supreme Arbiter Kolvish, slamming his appendages on the dais. Humans were admitted as a developing species, limited to defensive forces only. At the edge of the chamber, the human ambassador, Mara Vance, finally stood. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't look angry. If anything, she looked tired. With respect, Arbiter, she said calmly, we hid nothing. You simply never asked the right questions. The chamber erupted again. You claimed your navy was modest, Kolvish shouted. It is, Vance replied, relative to our threat models. That earned nervous, disbelieving laughter. Threat models, against what? The archivist AI answered before anyone could ask. Human historical data shows sustained exposure to extinction-level threats for over 10,000 years. Invasion probability models never fell below 60%. The hologram changed, now displaying scenes from human history, alien incursions, rogue AIs, biological plagues, entire colonies just erased. The council watched in growing horror as casualty numbers climbed into the billions. Again and again, Counselor Zelron whispered, how are you still alive? Ambassador Vance folded her hands behind her back. Because we learned early, she said, that survival is not about hope, it's about preparation. Kolvish leaned forward. You expect us to believe you built 500,000 dreadnoughts out of fear? Vance met his gaze. No, we built them out of experience. The hologram shifted one last time, zooming out. The single dreadnought became a formation, then a fleet, then thousands of fleets, arranged with mathematical precision around human space. And that's just the first line, the archivist added. The chamber went dead quiet. First line, someone croaked. Yes, the AI continued. Human naval doctrine assumes any visible force will be destroyed. Therefore, strategic assets are layered in depth. The hologram flickered, and behind the dreadnoughts appeared things the council had no words for. Planet-sized foundries, mobile stars caged in gravity lattice, black shapes that bent light and space around them. These aren't ships, Kolvish said weakly. They're weapons. Ambassador Vance nodded. We call them contingencies. Against whom? The Arbiter demanded. Vance's expression finally hardened. Against whatever comes next. The implication settled like a physical weight. The Galactic Council had always believed itself the apex of civilization. But here stood a species that looked at the universe and concluded, it was not enough. You've destabilized the entire balance of power. Kolvish shouted. This is an act of aggression. No, Vance replied, her voice now like steel. Aggression is what happens when preparation fails. What you're seeing is restraint. She gestured to the hologram. We could have built more. That broke them. Counselor Zelron slumped back into his seat. Why tell us now? Ambassador Vance looked around the chamber, at the fear, the anger, the dawning realization. Because, she said quietly, your long-range sensors just detected something entering the galaxy. The archivist AI displayed a final image. An armada from beyond the galactic rim, with numbers that made 500,000 dreadnoughts look merely adequate. Silence reigned once more. Then Ambassador Vance finished. We're not your enemy, but we are your shield. She paused, letting the truth sink in. And now, you finally understand why humans never sleep easy among the stars.